welcome to the NorthOps Fire Weather Webcast for Monday, July 28, 2025. Nearly 1,700 lightning strikes occurred across the north and east yesterday. The strongest signals were found across northeast California and far east side PSAs. The footprints of wetting rain were smaller compared to previous days, but wetting rain did exist, indicated by the dark blue, green, and yellow shadings. A few of the rain gauges reported around a half an inch. The 4-day NorthOps lightning total since the 24th is a little over 28,000 pulse strikes. The most recent water vapor loop from GOES 18 shows various disturbances rotating around the vigorous North Pacific low, also embedded within an unusually strong summer subtropical jet. Pacific moisture is embedded within the disturbances and will serve as catalyst for an active thunderstorm week. Visible imagery this morning reveals a marine stratus intrusion across the Bay Area with an exiting ACCC field across the far northeast. Lots of solar radiation will reach the ground today, although cumulus clouds and buildups will impact northern and eastern mountains and provide shading at times. The persistent broad Pacific trough will be oriented in a way that allows disturbances to translate over the area via the subtropical jet during the next several days. The subtropical jet is expected to lift a little further north during the weekend as the ridge strengthens over the desert southwest. Disturbances during the weekend are likely to just graze the area, although there are some model differences that far out. Some warming creating mixed anomalies is likely this week, as the persistent shower and thunderstorm areas will provide cooler than normal afternoon readings. Mixed anomalies should continue into the weekend, although with a little warmer touch. The lightning guidance on this slide suggests some decent strike counts today in areas such as across the Northwest Mountain and Northeast California PSAs, plus northern Washoe County. A mix of wet and dry hybrid cells should occur. Most of the lightning guidance found on this slide suggests abundant activity across the far east or northeast on Tuesday, with isolated widely scattered elsewhere. A mix of wet and dry should occur once again. A nocturnal lightning signal shows up across the east, especially northern Sierra PSA, early Wednesday morning. Following the possible nocturnal event, an abundant lightning signal shows up across the north and east on Wednesday. Wednesday is likely the biggest strike count day of the week based on consistent model guidance results. Storm motions will be variable, although fairly healthy across the east if the track of the disturbance and subtropical jet is accurate. Model guidance varies some for the amount of lightning on Thursday, with the GFS having a higher strike count area shifted further to the north, while the Euro holds on to a little bit more over NorthOps. Either way, drier and more stable air should flow in across the area and limit the spatial coverage and overall lightning threat. The models are trending a bit more for an abundant lightning signature for Friday, although this is tied to another disturbance embedded within the subtropical jet. Therefore, expect some adjustments in the modeling as we get closer to the period. Can't rule out thunderstorm chances during the weekend, but confidence is low on where and how much. Areas of onshore breeziness will affect the coastal range, but particularly the greater Bay Area today. Some subtle downdraft signatures show up across the north. Humidity will trend lower compared to previous days, but antecedent ground moisture will provide some variability to how low the readings get. These forecast images are valid at 1700 today. Onshore breeziness should pick up a little bit on Tuesday, favoring the greater Bay Area with some downdrafts favoring the north, especially northeast. Humidity will remain low in areas with further lowering trend. These forecast images are valid at 1700 Tuesday. Due to the amount of expected convection on Wednesday, a stronger downdraft and outflow signature shows up across the north and east, with continued breeziness across the greater Bay Area. Humidity values will be variable due to the convection, with patches of low to marginally low readings likely in areas. These forecast images are valid at 1700 Wednesday. The overall onshore wind flow should strengthen some late week into the weekend, with the continued threat for outflows and downdrafts. Humidity should also trend a little lower, although those trends will be variable depending on the amount of convection any given day. The strongest dry air mass signals should remain to the south and east of the area. These forecast images are valid for Sunday. The 7-day significant fire potential product shows a mix of risk, with moderate and high risks used to depict the more organized lightning areas and periods. The strongest risk signal appears to be Wednesday due to the early morning nocturnal threat and model guidance showing the heftiest strike count potential. Dead fuel flammability will be variable due to recent moisture, but live fuels have become more responsive the past few weeks across the mid-elevations. In summary, the main weather highlights during the next several days will be periods of organized or heavier lightning activity and stronger downdraft winds. There will be active lightning areas somewhere across NorthOps during the next 5, possibly 7 days, with mixed rain results due to steering flow and the possibility of nocturnal activity. The strongest lightning signal appears to be Wednesday of the week. There are no strong wind, dry air mass, or heat signals showing up the next 7 days, although some drying and warming will occur. The region has taken over 28,000 strikes the past 4 days, so carryover or sleeper ignitions will remain a strong possibility.